Well, I mean, my take on this is that Sean Evans, you are famous, you're rich, you don't need to be dating a porn star. That's my take. That's it.
But what's wrong with dating a porn star?
Oh, well, there's plenty.
Oh, please do tell. I'd love to know.
Lord, here
Oh,
we go.
Lordy, Lord,
I'd
Lord.
love
Here
to
we
know.
go.
Is this the part
Unless
where
you
we
want
really
to.
talk about this?
We can talk about
Obviously,
it.
if you don't
We can
consent to
really
that
talk about
question, I
this
can
now.
revoke it,
Look,
but I'd love
hey,
to know.
I'm not actually, and my angle on this, I'm not making an actual argument against porn. I am making an argument against men dating women who are involved in sex work. And there's a couple arguments. First off, if your woman is her work, now I realize some women are involved in sex work and aren't having sex with other men. Yeah, basic standard for men. Don't date women who are fucking other men. I don't know if that's an extreme take. I think that's a pretty reasonable take for a man to have, to not be romantically or sexually involved with a woman who's fucking another man.
But what
That's-
if there's no love involved?
Whether it's
I don't
for
care.
work-
I don't care if there's love. I don't care
Think
how
about-
much money
well,
she's getting paid.
Think about what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying that a guy's wife goes to an office party and like bones the coworker and then goes, but there was no love involved.
Yeah, but there was
And
no
that's
cameras.
just like they're
but there
just
was
fine
no
with
cameras
it?
either, and there was no work involved. They were at the work party, but it wasn't really like they were working.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same thing emotionally. You're saying that the only
Okay,
I don't
so
even know
let's-
why work.
I'm sorry.
means
Please let me
anything.
rephrase my previous statement. If they are doing it with no emotional attachment and there are cameras and it's work.
Yeah, why is work the distinction?
Because at the end of the day, if there wasn't work, you would be cheating. Yes.
Why?
Why? Because you're engaging in sexual intercourse with not
The
your
same
partner.
thing you're doing. Why is there a difference if you're
It
doing
is-
it with
so
somebody
why
filming
not?
it or
'Cause
not?
It's a difference.
Because it's
What's
a
the
job.
difference?
The difference is one is you doing your job and one is you just having sex with somebody.
So your job is to cheat?
No, your job is to have sex on camera.
And if you're with somebody as a partner, why wouldn't they view that as cheating?
They're just
Because
if
it's
I can
not
hear-
cheating.
Too much, man. You
If
generalize
that's in
far too
my
much.
profession, if that's the description of my profession, then how is that cheating? That is a part of my job.
What if
it's literally what I'm stepping
what if the
on
description
set
of your
to do?
what if the description of your profession was like, I don't know, to murder people?
But-
that was the
but see,
hang
that's
on,
the thing.
stop,
You keep
let
trying
me
to make
finish.
Analogies, and we don't have to make an analogy.
We
for this.
do.
It's cut through.
Well, we do.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
No, we really don't.
Okay, so we just take your word for it?
No, it's not taking my word for
Well,
it. We're
then let me
talking
make an
about a
argument,
specific
and then
topic.
and then
we
you
don't
can
have
respond.
to make analogies.
Well,
Okay, let
me make an
let's
argument.
just-
hold on. Let him make his point,
go
and
ahead.
then you
Let
can
me make an
respond.
argument, then you can respond to the argument.
I actually disagree with you on this
If
one.
your
Andrew.
job, if your
But
job,
I'll say why. I'll say
if
why.
your job was to do something which was considered immoral, let's say in this particular instance, I don't know, murdering somebody for a living or something like this, does somebody else look at that and go, well, you're not murdering people because it's your job? Does that even make sense?
Yeah.
Well, how does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Andrew,
That makes
hold on.
perfect
Let me
sense.
actually.
You call it murder, I call
hold,
it-
Hold on. Let me.
hitman?
Hold on.
So what
Stop.
about the
Stop.
guy
Stop.
who-
Stop.
No, I'm gonna let you
Stop.
finish.
Literally a hitman.
So Andrew, you're making the argument that it's cheating.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for your girlfriend to be sleeping with other men, but if you willingly date a woman who does porn and she's disclosed to you and you know and you have knowledge of that she's going to be sleeping with other men, as much as I find that disgusting and repulsive, I don't think it fits the exact definition of cheating, because for me, cheating, there has to be some degree of like you're not privy to like if you're basically in an open relationship almost. I don't know if it's cheating. I think it's a terrible position for a man to be in, but I don't know if it strictly meets the definition of cheating.
You can
because
still
if,
cheat
for
in
example,
an open
hold on.
relationship.
For example,
you?
if stop, please. If you were in an open relationship with a woman, for example, and you both had a discussion about it, and she could sleep with other men, and you could sleep with other women, and she slept with another man, would that be cheating?
Mm-hmm. What would make that a relationship?
Well, it'd be an open relationship.
Yeah. What is an open relationship? It's just an immoral set of relationship.
Well,
standards?
I think that's a different
Well,
conversation.
that's my
your
whole.
opinion.
But that's my point.
But that's your opinion.
My,
That's not the
my point is to
correct
look at this.
definition.
So this is what I'm looking at, right? Is the definition. So we're looking at the definition
Okay.
distinction. So I'm saying I'm making a moral argument. What he's making is a different argument. He's talking about definitions.
But that's not what we were talking about. We weren't.
But it
talking
is what
about
we're talking about.
morals.
So if you're asking, if you're cheating, right? Is that bad?
Yes.
Well, then it's a moral argument. So what you're saying is this isn't cheating, so it's not immoral. So it's a moral argument.
Okay.
I just don't think any man who's confident and has self-respect would want to put himself in a relationship where other men are getting sexual gratification from his girlfriend, his wife, whatever it is.
Do you know on set it's so hard for a man to come? Like, they are not just like whipping it out and having the best time.
Get some help.
Sorry.
I don't even. I'm
I
not
don't even know
referring
what.
to,
That's such a non
Non
sequitur.
sequitur,
How is
yeah.
that at all related to what she's saying?
if-
But go ahead.
I'm not even referring to the men on set. When you make corn on the internet, when you do OF or whatever, other men are getting sexual gratification and jacking off to that content, regardless of if the guy you slept with in the video got hard or enjoyed it or not. And I don't know how any man with self-respect would be with that woman who has multiple men jacking off to their content.
Do you know men jack off to regular pictures on Instagram?
Yes, but they're not created with
It
that
doesn't
intent.
matter.
If
That
you are
means that they
deliberately
can
creating
literally
content with the
use
intent
any photo
of
or
sexually
video
gratifying
to
other men,
come. So it really doesn't matter how you're portraying
does matter.
yourself in
People-
certain instances.
okay.
No, it doesn't.
We
So-
can't
Let
govern
me
other
finish my
people's
point,
thoughts.
And then you can
well,
understand where
you
I'm
cut me
pushing
off, but I
from.
will let you.
No, you actually.
I will let you finish your
and then
point.
I was
I'll
responding.
pause.
I was responding to your statement.
No, you're actually speaking over me, but you can continue.
I wasn't.
Are you going to say the point?
I am if you allow me to. Thank you. So like I was saying, you do know that men do jack off to regular pictures, right?
Men
I
also
think you're
think.
offended. I think
Yes.
you're offended
No,
that
I'm not offended at
your
all. I'm asking
Instagram.
you. Do you know that that's what they do?
I am aware that men
Okay, then,
jack
so
off to
yes.
animals.
The answer
Okay.
is yes.
There you go.
But the answer is yes.
They do.
Right?
Just-
I'm asking you a question.
Yes,
The
but
answer-
Why you gotta bring
I feel like
animals
you are.
into this? Leave the animals
want you to answer
out
the
of this
question so I can tell you
conversation.
Where I was going with it. That's all.
Okay, but I think you're personally taking offense because your
I'm
Instagram
not.
may be very promiscuous to the point where you're creating
not
content
really.
for men to consume in a sexual way.
I mean, if that's what they choose to do, anyway.
But
they
they
could. I agree with
Right,
that.
that's
and
Her
You
only
can't
point
control-
is her
It's
only
okay,
point
I'm
is
just
that
gonna
they
let her-
still gonna do
I'm
it
gonna
on
let her
regular
finish,
people
'cause it's no
Instagram
point.
as
They're
well.
gonna do it no matter
There's
what.
really no,
Yeah.
you know,
That's basically
you can.
all that I was trying to say. Like the one part that she was saying, I was just trying to.
I
But I
understand
get
your
it.
point.
Yeah, that's all that I was saying.
There's a
I didn't want
complete
to argue
difference.
with anything else.
There's a complete difference between having an OF where you have sex with multiple men, masturbate, whatever,
But some
versus
girls
having an
don't do that,
Instagram account where you post pictures of yourselves picking flowers outside. There's a completely
Anybody
different.
They still
can get
coming
on
to you.
intent.
You're still coming to me.
I understand what you're saying about the intent, but that does not have anything to do with what somebody chooses to do, regardless.
Yeah, but she's not saying it does.
I don't care.
She's
But
giving
What
her.
that's
other
what I
people do.
was telling you.
But why does that
what
matter?
you were saying does.
But she
That's
agrees.
what I'm saying.
You
to
cannot
you.
control. You cannot control what other people
Yeah,
do with
so
your
she
content.
agrees with that point.
You
That's
can,
what I'm
You
saying.
can control the type of content you create.
Absolutely.
And I think
I'm not
depending-
disagreeing with that at all.
I think depending on the type of content you create online should 100% be a factor if a man has self-respect if he wants to be with you in a romantic relationship.
Okay, that's your opinion, and I
I don't
respect
really know
that.
why
Yes, that is what we're
self-respect
talking
has to
about.
be involved. Like, can't we just be a little bit less attacking? I'd like quite a like.
I thought you liked getting offended though.
Personally, no, but I'm just Well, see, I'm being offended, so I'm replying to you. So yes, I do like being offended, but I think it's sometimes self-respect's a bit of a jugular. There's going to be people. I don't know if people watch this who are men who have girls friends. Well, words English doing well. That people that watch this
Okay, people that watch the show who have girlfriends who do.
yes.
Well,
I
if
don't
you
care
are
about
watching this and you're a man and you're dating a woman who does OnlyFans or porn,
Yes.
and she has videos of herself online having sex with men,
He's going.
my personal advice would be to break up with her post haste. Merci beaucoup.
But why?
In my personal opinion,
It's just like,
Post-haste.
I think my boyfriends have respect.
let me.
But
my
you mean your
opinion
two
is,
boyfriends? One gets one hole, the other gets the other.
Who don't know about each other?
Yeah, they have respect.
You still
for themselves.
They don't have.
Wow. Hold on, I gotta send an asteroid on it.
But you started the podcast saying after they see this, they'll both probably dump me.
Yeah, Bobs.
Because, they have enough self-respect to not want to be with someone who does what you're doing.
Yeah, one of them took the whole from the other one.
Mine was more about the fact that I don't think they're going to agree with me. Oh, sorry. Mine was more, I think they probably aren't going to agree with me, where I think sharing.
Having 2 men.
Right. Yeah, I think that's.
Here's the thing.
I just hope that they might just like my job because they know about my job already.
I think it's also I think it's also a value, maybe a difference in value on relationships as well. Like if someone was dating 2 guys and announced it on a podcast with a ton of subscribers and knew that their boyfriends might see it and they didn't really care, which it doesn't seem like you do. I don't want to make that generalization, but if you're doing this, you don't care, then I don't think that the value in relationships is there to make that call.
Yeah, well, how much can you give a shit about these guys if that's, you know what I mean? That's what she's saying. How much could you possibly actually care about these guys if you're like, well, one has sex with my right hole, the other one with the left. They didn't even know about each other. Let me just let everybody and the whole world know that right now on this podcast.
Well, more people know about it. I've got a fucking massive mouth. I just talk. Sorry, I keep swearing. I do apologize.
You're so vulgar.
So why don't you just tell both
I'm
of
so
them
sorry.
about each other?
Hold on, I got.
That's fucking disgusting.
I am so sorry.
Back to the topic of cheating. I think like certain acts are obviously cheating. If you do them with emotion or without emotion, it's still cheating.
I agree.
Well, if it.
You can be emotionless and like
Yeah.
cheat on your significant
Here's
other
some
and
more
not,
reasons why I don't think that men should date women who do porn and OnlyFans. Listen, you guys are wonderful women. I've got the opportunity to meet you and talk to you.
Not you, Malik.
No, I was just going to say, can you include the fact when you say men with
Not you.
self-respect?
No, we're just gonna say men.
Even
because
what?
That's your opinion.
You know what? Even men who don't have self-respect, I encourage you from just a practical and pragmatic position to not date women who do sex work because one, you're opening yourself up to a greater likelihood of getting an STD.
Whoa.
Yes, it's true.
It's not.
That's literally a very false statement. We have to
It's
get tested
biggest,
every 14 days.
Congratulations. So,
Tomato.
question, between those 14 days, do you wait until you get your STD test to have sexual intercourse with your partner? Probably not.
Well, we have to both
Oh.
bring certs to the.
Can you kindly speak into the mic?
Sorry, we both bring certs to.
You can scoot into the table so it's a little easier.
So we both have to bring certs. So I'd have to bring certs, and the person on set would also have to bring
On set, what about your boyfriend? Okay, cool. So then,
So
what happens if
If he's cheating
what if
on
the
me.
test gets a negative, a false negative? Or what if the test, I don't know how it is in the UK, but in the US, they aren't testing, at least if you're like shooting in the Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley. My understanding of the adult entertainment industry in the United States, you don't have to check for HPV and you don't have to check for herpes.
That's
Why
your,
you?
That's your understanding of the adult industry?
It's not just my
Well,
understanding, it's
I
a
don't
fact.
know
It's
what
not
they
a
do
fact everywhere.
because everybody is not underneath a mainstream porn.
Okay.
Some of us do our own private. So when somebody comes to me, yeah, you have to have updated paperwork. Just like I'm bringing you 7 weeks. I went down to such and such and got my paperwork.
How
You
often-
should be-
how often do you two
I
get-
mean, I have only 2 content partners.
Okay.
One was previously, and then I have one now. So
Cool.
whenever I switch to a new content partner,
Sure.
which is the guy, I was having sex with, doing him, and then the other one that I was doing, my I don't know, can I see the word, bitch?
Yeah, you can say
Oh,
that.
okay. When I have my bitch boy or whatever, when we do it, the other guy is him. So I have the clean paperwork. So it's not the same with everybody else, which, your understanding is, but with mine, I want to see that. I want to see you don't have herpes and you don't have HIV.
Yeah, but all Brian is saying
Are
is
the-
like,
You
it's,
have to
wait.
request for those.
Yeah, you have to request.
Like you
Okay,
were
but
saying.
so how many scenes have you done? Like you do traditional porn, correct? No?
Not yet.
Or you're doing like
It's-
OF shit?
I do OF, but I'm
Okay.
going into mainstream. Yeah.
Okay, so
Can I jump in here?
who? Sorry?
Can I jump in here?
Okay, go ahead.
So I
Yeah.
personally know someone who, one of their close friends, they make OF content, and they were doing scenes with other people, and they contracted HIV.
Oh,
And
there
this
you
was
go.
just about a week or two ago, because
Rip.
OF is not a professional industry. It's
That's
not
what I
held to
was just about
professional
to say.
standards, and a lot of these people are doing collaborations. They're doing scenes together, and they're not.
But even if
being
it
health
was-
conscious
That's
at
what I
all.
was
It's
just about
really
to ask
simple,
you.
right? The more sex partners you have, the more prone you're going to be to have an STD. It's that simple. It's not any more complex than
easier
that.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth. Nobody's. I'm not trying to refute that it's easy. The more people you have sex with, it's easier to get. But that's not the same thing for a lot of people who are out here on a day-to-day basis and don't even get checked because they think that their partner
But
is
the exception,
done.
but the exception
It's
proves
always
the
an exception.
rule in this case.
There
Right?
is
No.
always.
The exception proves the rule. So it's like, yeah, there's times where women who have sex with many partners may never get any type of STD. But you agree with me that the more sex partners you have, the more likely it's going to be, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
just
that's
like-
going to be.
I mean, but that's
But what
just
I'm
with
telling you
anybody.
that
Right,
You don't
that's
have
right.
to
It's the same thing if
concerns
they-
for you to have
It's the same thing
multiple
with like
partners and
if
be
you're a
likely to
construction
catch
worker,
STD.
the chances that you get a constructed related injury going to be way higher just because of the field that you're in. So that's
it's
what
like
he's saying is
wearing-
like your
it's like
chances of
wearing a
getting an
hard hat,
STD
though.
are a lot higher
It's
if
like-
your woman is having sex with lots of men.
I mean, I agree with you.
It's like
I'm
wearing
not
a hard hat,
disagreeing.
though. So, like, if you wear a hard hat, you're less likely to hurt yourself. That's why we turn up with sex.
But you're still are.
So we're protecting ourselves.
Yeah,
And-
sure, you can mitigate risk, but it's still more risky. That's the
Yeah.
point.
I mean, it's the truth.
And you can also protect yourself and only have one or two content partners, but you also don't know, honestly, like who else they're sleeping with. Yeah.
Unless they bring it. And then sometimes.
Which is why I agree with the whole, like, I agree with the fact with like, OF, it's, like, so much different. Like, it is a lot less professional.
I have a question for you that just occurred to me. Now I'm just curious.
Yeah.
If you had HPV, could you have it in one of your reproductive organs and not in the other one?
No, I think you'd have to have it in both. But on that point, I get tested for that every time, by the way. In the
Both?
UK, you
For
have
both-
to
both
get
holes?
tested. I have to swab both, yeah.
So could you, in theory?
So,
I don't think so because there's like, it's like, maybe, but I don't think so. Like,
I wouldn't.
I did.
So, like,
when I-
could you
when I
have
first-
hole-specific
when I first had-
STDs?
I don't know. Like when I first went for my STD test, like when I first found out, I was like, do I need 2 swabs? And the lady was like, no, just put it in one and take it out and put it in the other.
did you lose your virginity twice?
I did. I think.
I don't
so.
think that's how that would work.
Oh well, I kind of think I did because I did the whole like I felt like I broke my hymen twice. Just fact.
Okay, so I mean, going back to my original point of just my advice to men not dating sex workers or women who do porn, especially porn with other men. Aside from just the STD risk, there's just also the reputational concern. So your family may frown upon it, your friends may frown upon it. There could be consequences for your children down the line. If you choose to have children, they could potentially or very well likely be bullied because I feel like I'm starting to talk like Andrew here. You're
It's true.
no,
You
just
are.
the kids could get bullied, and also it's just
It's a good change, by the way. It's a good change.
yeah,
No,
good.
it's funny you said that because I watched your previous, shows, and
Yeah.
that's the reason I came because I thought you didn't do this kind of stuff. But now, like, I didn't think that it would be like so much. I thought it would be like more calm and cool and just us like having like a little conversation. I didn't think it was gonna be us versus these people, and I didn't think it was
These
gonna,
people.
What do you mean these
I think
people?
we're all very
What do you
differently
mean?
opinionated.
That side of the table.
Everybody on
It-
that
It,
side
it,
of the
it does
table.
happen
So,
to have had a
As
split.
you
didn't-
stated earlier, our side versus your side.
Yeah.
I
And
said
you did say
I was
that, so-
referring
Oh, okay.
geographically.
so
Right,
I was
but
just
you
saying
kinda
like.
No, I really
over
didn't.
here.
But
I'd
I want
say
to
that's
finish
an
saying what I was
inference.
saying,
Just a little
please.
bit.
But yeah, so what I'm saying is, when you said that about the Adam, because I really
So whose side of the table do you think is smarter?
Wait,
though?
let her hold.
smarter. What, girl? Let me shut my mouth.
Just here. Go ahead. Go
What's your
ahead.
IQ?
Make.
No, stop, but go
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's, no, go ahead. It's 11. Oh,
It's
yeah.
150. I said.
Still have
11 is
Just go down the table and ask what
really?
degrees we have.
Okay.
Anyways, but yeah. Go
Can
ahead.
we get security
No,
over
I just
here?
did no, but from the other videos though, from the other videos, that's really why I sent you a message because I'm like, okay, he seems like a cool podcast to go on.
Oh
to,
wait, after I just said what I said, I'm not cool.
now
anymore.
that you, no, I thought you were when I seen it, but now
Oh,
that
now that-
now that I'm here and the conversation is kind of going like, oh, you know, OnlyFans girls is this, don't do this, don't, you know, it just seems off from what
Off? What do you mean?
like from what you used to do. You
Used
know,
to do
like
what?
on your podcast, which is
I mean, this is
whatever,
kind of the bread and butter
on
a
your
little bit.
Instagram. Well, the clips that you have on your Instagram is not
Oh,
putting
is
us
that
down,
how you?
basically. It more so seemed kind of upbeat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a little different.
This doesn't seem like
thing.
it's that contentious.
Yeah, well,
this
to
is-
you,
Well,
though.
to
Yeah, to be fair, one of my
she
favorite
feels
clips is
Wait,
when
but
you're-
okay,
you're
here, let me ask you.
downplaying what we do. That's
No, I'm
how
not
she-
Not
downplaying.
even that, but
no,
just
no,
to act like
I'm not
we're
downplaying what you
idiots
do.
who's smarter, and that's from her, not
I
you.
didn't say that.
That was her. But just
Disavow.
To say,
I disavow. I disavow
say like,
her statement.
know-
but-
That was sarcasm. Sorry if you didn't pick up on
okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm too stupid. Remember?
that. I think
All
a
right.
little bit.
Why don't you guys kiss
I
and
know
make
you
up,
think
okay?
that, but the way your makeup looks, yeah.
All right. So,
Personal attacks, guys.
okay. So,